Hi guys, welcome back to the ACR coding interview playlist. So today we are going to solve a very classic problem which is hotel bookings possible. So let's go through the problem statement once. So there are like n bookings of, like, let's say you are a hotel manager and you are having an advance booking of the rooms for the next season, and your hotel can have something like C rooms. So each booking will have a arrival date and a departure date, and we want to find out whether there are enough rooms in the hotel so that we can satisfy the demand. So we can see the example. So A is the area of the arrival, B is the area of the departure. So like guest 1 is coming on day 1 and leaving on day 2. And then guest 2 is arriving on day 3 and leaving at day 6. And then guest 3 is coming at day 5 and leaving at day 8. And the total number of rooms is C. So in our hotel, like, there is one room. So can we accommodate all these guests which are arriving and departing? So we can see in the first problem, like 1 to 2 arrives on day 1, leaves on day 2. Okay, the room gets vacant. Then arrives on day 3, but they departs on day 6. But the next guest have to arrive is arriving on day 5. So there is no room available. You can see, like, there is this like the fifth day, there's a kind of you can correlate it with the overlapping intervals, like the 3 to 6 interval is overlapping with 5 to 8, and we have only one room possible. So the output will be 0. We have to return 0 if it is not possible, and we will return 1 if it is possible. So input 2 will see arriving on day 1, going on day 2. Okay, one room is occupied. Then arriving on day 2, leaving on day 3, another room got occupied. So there are two guests in the hotel. Now at day 3, we'll see again there are two guests in the hotel. So one is 2 to 3 and another one 3 to 4. So this combination is possible. So we have only two rooms available which satisfy the demand. So let's go through the algorithm once. Let's say we have this example 1, 3, 5, and this is the arrival and this is the departure. Departure is something like 2, 4, 6. So one thing we can say by looking at this, that we can, like, let's say have a pointer which is iterating through this I equal to 0, another pointer which is iterating to this. We'll discuss why we need two different pointers for this, but let's say I initialize my j to 0. I started the loop for I in range, because length of both of them are same, so I can do like length of A or length of B, whatever. Then I can check if like when 1 to 2 is there, the number of rooms are C. So I can do something like reduce C by 1. Like for every iteration, I am going to reduce my number of rooms by 1. And I can check a condition, something like if uh, my A of I, this is A array and this is A of I. If my A of I is has to be greater, it has to be greater than B of j. If my A of I is greater than B of j, then I know that the room which is like consumed, that is again vacant. So I can increase my C to 1. And if in any case my number of rooms becomes less than 0, at that point you return 0, else you return 1. Now there is a small mistake in this. So first thing is, we are assuming that here the my both the arrays are sorted. So it can have something like this. So the first problem will be, first thing to do will be to sort the arrays, because we want, like, what will, at what times the guests are arriving and what times they will be departing. So we will be sort these two arrays A and B. Other thing, let's say I take this example which is 1, 5, 5 and another one 2, let it be 6, 7, 7. So if I go through it, you can see, like in the first example, 1 to 6, and let's say there is C is equal to 1. This one room is occupied. When I start iterating, one room is occupied, C becomes 0. I decrease the C because it got occupied. But then I will see, I'll only increment the room in case my AI is greater than Bj. But let's say here my AI, which is 5, is it greater than 6, which is a false condition. So my room does not get vacant. So this particular combination is not possible. But then I don't compare my next element 5 with the 7 one. I have to compare this 5 element, like this combination is not possible, but I have to see what is the next arrival time, and is this arrival time also less than or greater to the current one. So instead of, like, if it is more of a while condition, like while it is greater than 0, I have to keep incrementing on my number of rooms, and also my j will be incremented. So that's why, like, my I counter will be incremented at a different rate than as compared to the j counter. So it will be, so let's go through the code once. So it will be something like uh, arrive will be sorted of arrive, correct? Depart will be sorted of depart. First I sort my two arrays. Now what I will do, I'll initialize a variable for the depart one. Then for I in range length of arrive, if my arrive of I is greater than depart of j. Now if we see in the first case, my I will be 0, my j will be 0, but as the arrays are sorted, and as the here is a condition, like even the first ith and in the depart array, the elements will be less than or equal to. So for the first case, like at the 0th position, arrive of I will never be greater than depart of j. So in that case, uh, like here we will be incrementing our rooms and incrementing the j, but this won't happen. Like for the first case, the room has to be occupied, like the room count has to be decreased, so it directly goes to k minus equal to 1. But if I will see, once my k is decreases, then for the next iteration my I will become 1, but j still remains 0. So now it started comparing my second the arrival of the second guest with the departure of the first guest, and then this combination will keep on going. And here will be a condition, if my number of rooms less becomes less than 0, you return 0, and if it is never less than 0, so you come out, you return simply 1. So let's run it. Yeah, it works, I guess. Yeah, so please like, share and subscribe for more such coding problems to ace your coding interview. Thanks, bye.